Okay, good afternoon. So what we are doing here is we are going to look at the new version of this mold that I made. Now this here was the first version, just for the test pieces, and we've got the new ones here. They should be dry. I haven't opened them up yet, but we're going to see how these came out, and more importantly, what we need to do to make better changes for these particular molds so that other people can produce the same piece. So first, let's go ahead and get the clamps off and take a gander at it. Now, the first thing you might notice here is that this one is considerably smaller than this one here. Making these double parts like that is great in principle, but I inject these with a 10cc syringe, and on this one I had to stop and refill the syringe, and you risk getting an air bubble inside there, which might cause a failure on one or multiple parts. In fact, I had one of these that had air bubbles in it, so doing these as a singular works out a lot better. Anyway, let's see how hard this is to get open. That one is a pain. This one might be fairly easy. Something I do every time I make these molds, I keep thinking that I need to put a radius on this edge all the way around so I could put a screwdriver in there and easily open it, but I never remember to do it, so I end up having to use a knife here. Let's see, open that thing up. Let's go down. And a flathead. There we go. Alright, so it pried pretty easy. Now this one doesn't have any pins in here at all. What we did instead is we put this channel all the way around it. But, part came out nice. The channel works pretty good, but doesn't exactly seal perfect. I think what I might do on the next version of this is I'll make it where it has this channel on both sides, and then I'll make a TPU seal that goes all the way around it. So you put that TPU seal in there, and then you compress it, and it'll help seal it all up so you don't get this flash that's going outside the mold. Because, yeah, once you fill this up, that material starts kind of flowing out a little bit, and you have to top it off, before it hardens up enough. But yeah, that's not too bad. Just straight out of the mold. Let's pry it off. Okay. Okay, so in here, that looks pretty good, except for that channel issue. Okay, that looks pretty decent and consistent all the way around. Well, what is this? Why is this all weird on the backside? Huh. Okay, well, let's take a look at it. Let me get it off here. Pull the pin out. Pull this piece out right here. That's super weird why it did that. Okay. Now we have this hole in here because that's where the set screw is on the drive shaft on the rig. Okay, so it looks like that may have just been a fluke when I pulled it out of the mold. Alright, let me cut the flash off of that real quick. Where are my cutters? Okay, we'll cut the flash off here. This off the top comes off. This off the bottom comes off. There you go. Yeah, I'm going to try to seal this a little bit better. Another great thing about putting that channel indented on both sides is that we can sand this good and flat. course, I guess we can iron it too, but you know, you really want to sand it either way. You can see it has those little ridges, and anywhere you have space, you're gonna get overflow. I guess the other thing I could do is I could just make the whole, like a whole middle layer TPU, but I don't know how well that would actually work and whether or not this material would stick to it. I actually haven't used this stuff with TPU for anything. Okay, so here's our finished part. That isn't too bad. Looks good. Don't have any real air bubbles in there. Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Oh, well, we have some few little bubbles on the back side here. But in general, it's pretty good. Nice. Alright, I'll have to open the other one up. But, there we go. You guys, have a good day. Or evening.